everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing another VOD review. This is actually for Froggy. This is actually Froggy's alt account and it is Diamond 4. It's one of their first comp games on the alt account, so it was very, very rusty. Honestly, be very picky with my gameplay because I want to take the next season of comp super seriously, so any tips are really helpful. Alright, Froggy, so obviously I know Froggy, I've reviewed a lot of Froggy before, obviously the Handler Spark and Joya. Sadly not going to have the Handler Spark today because we are A, on Honor, but also B, because obviously we're on the alt account. Now, just a quick thing before I do start, and obviously if you guys are coming from YouTube or are live on the stream right now, I don't really tend to do VODs for other supports, only Mercy, but I don't mind if you just play another support for like a few minutes or so. I will kind of give my general consensus as a support player as advice, because unfortunately I would consider myself more as like a Mercy specialist at this point, where I kind of like know a lot more about Mercy and what to do with Mercy. With other supports, yes, I can play them, but it's very much I know how to like generally position and generally know what to do kind of thing, so I can help and advise with that. But yeah, and as always as well, if you guys want your own VOD reviews, these for 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays too. So I guess we'll just hop into it. So Froggy also said they were queued with the Mercy. So we have a nice little support duo. Support duos are like some of my favourites because obviously it really like, you know, I feel as though with supports, if you guys can communicate and keep yourselves alive, it's so much more beneficial for your team. First of all, I do not like your positioning in this room straight away. Literally, you actually don't even need to be pushed up here. You just stand up here. I would start initially up, so what you do is like you'll destroy all these barriers and stuff and just stay up on this high ground. Then once they start pushing in, basically, you can then just drop down here and then play in the room. This is so much better positioning for you because you being pushed up here is just going to put you at risk when you don't need to. But yeah. Oh, and the tank? Okay, so you had comms with the tank as well, which is good. So, or like even better if you have comms with your tank as well, which is really great. So yeah, but I would say definitely like play up here as Honor rather than down here, just purely because you can, what's it called? It means that you're safer, you have the advantage, and then yeah, my position gets killed immediately. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna see that happen in a sec. I wouldn't even have stood here, because right, yeah. You're like frontlining right now, and you don't have like the shield or anything like that to help you. If you want to play here, you have to go for a quick sleep dart and nade, and then just back off. Because right now, you hard scoping main like this while they're all going to be coming in is the reason why you're going to like get, you know, you end up dying here. It's just purely because of all the spam and everything like that. All you need to do is just stay back here and play safe. I say this to a lot of, oh, you're getting res. Hold on. You mostly end up dying though for the res. Back out. As you're doing this, just walk back. Nice little scope tame though, but as we're doing this, just keep walking. All you want to do is just keep walking, and you either want to keep walking over here or keep walking over here. Alright? I'm just going to say this now as well before I carry on. If you're ever, you know, if you ever, not so much force, but either Mercy's not needed or Mercy has been taken, it's always good to know another support, which is obviously, you know, what we're doing right now. But like you do, like the issue is you know, you are a Mercy player, and 9 times out of 10 Mercy players cannot aim. Like it's a stereotype, and all of us could kind of agree it's very much true, right? So when you're playing support, you have to play very kind of healified, and if you can just survive more than going for these like risky plays and stuff like that, it's gonna help your odds of your team to win kind of thing. Because unfortunately you're not gonna be one of those Honor mains that could just, what's it called? It's the truth for like pretty much any kind of like Mercy player that, you know, tries to off-roll and stuff like that. It's hard, you know. But I think definitely we don't need to be pushed up this far. We need to just play our positioning and play our safety. So we just need to back out here. We should have backed off into the room. Yeah, we should have. I think you end up missing off this doorway. We should have just backed off into this doorway. And if Junkrat starts to spam you, everyone's okay for a second. So you just wait here up until you can see the Genji being contested by the Junkrat. Then you can start re-peeking a tiny bit. But I think like we just end up kind of missing the doorway, sadly. So we end up switching off to Moira. I was planning to switch off to Moira. I feel this is going to be a bit of a steamroll right now. Sadly, end up losing the first point. I'm going to see what we end up doing now, though. Obviously, everyone's surviving quite well. We can maybe get a recontest here. Probably not now. Nice, okay. At this point, I now want to start positioning for the next team fight. Like, you don't really want to be playing on this low ground and stuff like that. You, at this point, you want to be rotating up. So as soon as you know that point's lost, that's fine. Get onto this lift and come up here. So then it allows you to have this high ground, and you can either peek over this side, or you can come all the way back here and like peek from here basically and like chuck nades down and stuff like that. And then obviously you can rotate back down main as well if needed. But you just need to be basically making sure that you're backing off and setting up for the next team fight. Nice sleep dart down the cover though, which is very nice. Very nice. Probably do anything about your cast there, to be honest, because it's just where you were. Oh, look at all the nade. She ends up getting booped up, which is absolutely unfortunate. At this point, just look to either back off or die. Probably just die. Yeah. At this point, you just kind of like want to die because you can see how many people in your team have like died now, basically. So you just want to, what's it called? You just essentially want to fall over at this point and just reset. You don't want to be like staggering yourself. Because if you end up getting picked off like now, it's going to be a really huge stagger. We're playing like a game of like Dead by Daylight right now. We end up getting out, which is really great. We don't need to nade there. I feel as though this is what's it called? A bit of like a panic nade. We don't need to because Widow's just been taken out. That's Widow's fault. That's nothing on you kind of thing because obviously you're still rotating back. This nade feels like a little bit of a panic nade. Honestly, just don't panic with it too much. Like, you're absolutely fine. You don't need it. Nice heals. You don't need to nade there again. I feel as though this is another, like, what's it called? This is another, like, panic nade. Where it's very much that you're kind of, like, just, you're using it once again when you don't really need to. Just trust your aim. Like, your aim seems okay, Froggy, and if you need help with kind of, like, hitting on people, you can do, quick scoping. You'll know what quick scoping is, Froggy. So it's like, you know, where like you quickly scope in and then let go. You can do that on these guys. Okay, yes, it's a tiny bit slower than doing it unscoped, but it does allow you to have, because essentially when Ana scopes in, it's a hit scan. But then when she's not scoped in, it's a projectile. So it's actually so much easier to hit your shots if you're quick scoping rather than you're like doing, what's it called? So many walls. I mean, it doesn't help as well that the shield's up. Just when the shield's up like that, try to aim underneath the shield because you can still see her like feet. Fortunately, the sleeve job, but nice shots. Nice nano, just back out. Oh, huge grab. Took the nade in, nice. Very nice nade, I will say. Nice nano, actually. I do agree with the nano. Just unfortunate everyone falls over. That's not your fault. You need to die now, though. Nice. Okay. I will say, Froggy, that was a lot more well played by you. Like, playing back, not, you know, peeking anyone. And then going in to chuck the nade on the grab. I would have gone in a little bit sooner to put the nade onto the grab, though. Just so you can, like, quickly get it in. But other than that, it was really, really great. Nice positioning. Obviously, you were the last one to die, which is kind of what you want to be as a support. Can't do anything for your Genji there. When we're playing Ana, right, we want to be trying to use cover, right? So right now, where's our cover? In case a soldier like beams onto us, where is our cover? It's not existent, okay? So I want you to try, whenever you're playing Ana, to find a nearest piece of cover. So like, play either back here, or you can play behind like these boxes, like around kind of this area, and then just obviously keep looking at this kind of like flank angle, basically. Just so you're essentially just, what's it called? Just so you're using that cover and you have that potential cover on the just in case soldier decides just to start shooting at you, like main. We do need to kind of work on the aim a little bit though, Froggy, I will say. Can I ask, have you changed your friendly aim assist on Ana? So if people don't know, on Ana you can change your aim. It's like the friendly aim assist strength, okay? Now, depending on how easy you find it to hit your heals on people, depends on kind of like where you want it to be, and it makes DPS in people a lot harder as well, because obviously if you got like your team in front of you and you're trying to DPS people in front, your aim assist will just keep on trying to drag you onto your allies and stuff. I have it on 30%. Purely just so it helps me, especially when I'm like unscoped and stuff like that, to be able to hit those like nades a little bit. But then also it still allows me to have that DPS aim. I turned it down a little because I thought my aim would stay, but no. No, honestly, I love the honesty, Froggy, but good that you turned it down. I believe that you shouldn't have it any higher than, like, 50. Like, I feel as though if you're going above 50, it's like you're gonna lose out on a lot of like DPS aim, especially if like you're trying to get those crucial people at 1 HP instead of trying to, you know, heal your team and stuff like that. But if you have lowered it like pretty soon, I feel as though it's just you need help like adjusting to it. Love how you're trying to get the barrier though right now, but do it like either up on these stairs or do it up here, just so once again you have that better piece of cover. But I like how you're trying to destroy the barrier now. Really great. Nice. Obviously, you know the Junkrat's up there. Nice. Obviously, knowing the soldiers there. God, if the Genji. You don't need to nade there. Just careful, so you know that soldier's going to be here. I'm hoping that you're going to start rotating around to here. Nice. Really good. Really good game sense by you, Froggy. Nice playing back here. As soon as they're like full HP though, start rotating around again. Like basically, whenever you're playing with Honor, essentially you kind of like need to, obviously because you are queued with these people, you could tell these guys like, hey, I'm gonna start rotating, right? Because right now your positioning, especially with this Junkrat coming up, is not ideal. So it's fine for you to stay here while like the critical, they need healing. Now you have this Moira here and the Sigma, you can now tell your team like, hey, I'm just gonna like quickly rotate. At this point, go and rotate up here and then play back behind this kind of like trailer cart thingy majiggy, and then you can also like play behind these like pillars and stuff too if you want to as well. Basically here is just so much better cover rather than where you are right now. So just let your team know like, hey, I'm gonna be rotating. I feel as though the schizophrenia is kind of kicking in a little bit, Froggy. You know, I'm gonna breeze past it. Nice nade though at the end. I will agree with that nade though. My button is broken. Okay. If your button's broken, Froggy, then I that's fine. Yeah, the button's broken. All right. Same thing again here. We don't need to be on the payload here. We can like try. We can once again like back off. I would recommend obviously not playing with your Widow, so you'd want to play on this side of the cart. With Honor, you have the range. You have that ability to play at range, so use it to your advantage and play it back. So it just said as well in the chat that she's spy checking for Sombra. So this really made me giggle. But anyways, yeah, so we don't need to be as pushed up as we are. Our Moira's being very aggressive though. It's a sleep dart mouth. Yep. I love just the pause of like, that's great. But yeah, can you see how we don't need to be pushed up here? Like this is your Moira goes in and feeds here. This is completely not your fault. This is your Moira's fault basically. We don't need to be like doing that. We can essentially just like literally stay back here. Stay back. Because right now we're in like a really awkward and bad spot. Hide. Nice that your Widow didn't get her. This sleep dart is making me giggle so much. Nice. Can you just back off here? You see how, imagine if we had backed off a little bit sooner here. Like, we're hanging about in these, like, kind of, like, bad positions when we don't need to. Like, if your Sigma was critical, then yes, you have to stay here. But because your Sigma is full HP and is going in for this, like, flux and everything like that, you know he's got flux, you can already preemptive this Zari walking onto you and just back off. Like, we should be still playing up around here, because if we play here, we now have our natural cover that we're able to use, because obviously what would happen is if you were positioned up there, the Zarya would then start walking this way. That means, oh, I've got my lovely natural cover, and then back around here. If I'm asleep, you know, I could have wrecked it 100%, Rocky, 100%. And then we do end up kind of missing the stairs a little bit here. Sleep dart misses. Do you see how we end up getting caught out because we're in a bad spot? We need to play our distance. Honor is a ranged character, so use that to your advantage. I'm sorry, the sleep darts just keep on getting me. They make me giggle. Alright, that's fine. Just stay hidden for a sec. That's gonna touch. It's what it is. Alright, so Froggy, I feel as though we need to kind of look up a bit of an honor guide, okay? That's going to be my kind of like first main thing, looking at your honor, okay? And second thing is, please get your controller fixed. Because the constant sleep darts were just making me giggle. Oh man, that really tickled me, I'm not gonna lie. Honor guide. Well, like, it's mainly just, what's it called? It's mainly positioning, I will say, actually, Froggy. If you go and look at anyone that plays Honor and just look at where they're positioned, that will help you out massively. Okay? It's the main reason why I feel kind of comfortable playing Honor at the moment, because I know how to position with her, and I've got the game sense as well to, what's it called? I have the game sense to be able to know what's going to be coming for me. A really good example is the recent TikTok I just posted on Junkertown. I played Honor. But and obviously I've like used my cover, and I used because I can't aim, and it's very much shown in like the majority of that, where I do miss a few sleep darts and stuff like that, but I definitely could just play back and just play away and just like, you know, my positioning is the reason why I feel comfortable playing Honor. Like, if I could position as Honor, then it would just be no go. So I think first thing we need to do, Froggy, is obviously work on that positioning. But so we keep going. Obviously we switched over to Mercy now, which is yours and also my bread and butter, which should be a lot better. We're using Cobalt, which is a choice. I know it was Rose's choice. I don't like this position here, because we don't, like, you fling yourself up to here, it's going to make you really vulnerable to these guys on the high ground. Whenever you play in a high rank lobby, everyone's just going to be sat up on this high ground. Like, any what's it called, any hit scans, anything like that, they are just going to sit up on this high ground, right? They're just going to keep spamming you and everything like that. This essentially means when you're playing Mercy on this point, you do not want to be crossing any of this section, okay? So play down here, and then you can G yourself across and then play on this side, okay? Because right now you're going to take a lot of damage from the soldier, which I've just seen, because of that. So everyone ends up kind of falling a bit. Nice, obviously managed to get back onto the Genji, which is really, really great. When you see Widow grapple up like this, by the way, just make sure you flick the damage boost onto her. Because whenever a Widow grapples up vertically, or even an Ashe with a coach gun, they are going for that kill. So essentially, whenever they coach gun up or grapple up, they are going for that one-shot headshot kill with like either the damage boost or, sorry, with either like the, yeah, with the damage boost. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what is wrong with it today. But yeah, so obviously they're going for that one shot with the damage boost. So make sure whenever she does it to apply the damage boost throughout. And then when she comes down, then you can start healing her. Or even when she's like so let down, coming down in the flight. Because them going vertical upwards makes them very predictable to see. To the enemy team and stuff. Nice peel. We're doing a lot. I've just said it here, and then I've just seen it here again. We're using a lot of these like mini backwards GAs where we don't need to. Just, what's it called? Just cancel your GA. Nice damage boost here though. Lovely res. Waiting for obviously Reaper to go away. Nice GA. I heard the Reaper behind, so I'm hoping you have as well. Very nice. Nice ping as well. Very, very nice. Lucky on your Genji, because I know you were trying to get that Reaper. I really respect your decision there. I don't mind that you cannot heal the Genji here, because you getting your beam onto him, especially against that Helix rocket, is not going to save him. So I like how you try to go and like, you know, get the Reaper as he's kind of like... Okay. Yeah, I like how you, what's it called? I like how you go in like with the Glock and stuff like that, you know, to like try and like get him because he's 1 HP. I like the decision making. Obviously now we put beam onto Zarya. Can't do anything for your Widow. Can't do anything for your what's it called? Your Moira. The reason why I'm saying that you can't do anything here, and I like how you're going back with your Zarya. I don't see a lot of Mercies doing this. You need to start doing it, okay? Literally what Froggy is doing right now, okay? When you see a Zarya backing out of a fight and she has charge, you'll see how much charge she's got depending on how glowy she's being. If she's glowy like this, you want to help her get out, because Zarya's charge is so much more useful than getting these guys, basically. Yeah, exactly. Zarya is the priority. Like, whenever you're backing out of these kind of like types of fight, yeah, exactly, Froggy. Like, Zarya is your priority. You need to keep that charge, because if Zarya can enter the next fight with, even if it's like half charge, she can get up to full charge super quickly, and then just mow people down. And also with the damage boost as well. And it was really nice. We do manage to, keep her up, which is really great. We don't need to res here. The reason why I don't like the res here is because your Widow is still respawning. So you know in your head that Widow and Moira have just respawned really quickly. So you don't actually need to res here. It's just going to waste your res for when you're going to be coming into this team fight. Nice, obviously use the cover though with the Reaper. Nice Val, because obviously we're engaging. Push that damage boost. Push that damage boost. Nice. Whenever Zarya bubbles, just damage boost. Because obviously they're going to have to, what's it called? They're going to have to like try and shoot down the Zarya bubble before they get to the Zarya. And Zarya right now is the only one that's like a little bit weak on your team, right? So just push that damage boost. Nice. Push damage boost now. Even if it's just like a little flick onto it. Nice res. Even if it's just like a little bit of like a flick onto it, try to flick on that damage boost like a tiny bit more. The Reaper ult here is hilarious. Wait, hold on. I've not seen it because I can't really see it in your POV. I'm kind of like talking as we're doing it. Yeah, it's kind of like this part here where I would start damage boosting the Zarya right now. And kind of like flick it onto her a little bit more. Like flick on the damage boost, and then if she loses a bit more HP from the Sigma, then you can heal her up and stuff. With Sigma, you just like a shoot, reload, right? So whenever he shoots, obviously you can then heal. And then while he's doing that reload animation, he's not going to be able to do anything. So just put the damage boost on. So you could just like kind of like flick it on for that kind of time. Now, I want to see this Reaper ult because she said it was quite hilarious. Where is it? Okay, so he's here. He just went for it in the corridor, like, okay. Nice damage boost though, obviously at the end, and then nice res at the end as well. And then get him back onto the point just so we can cap it a lot sooner. That's how we're using our cover, but you also need to be on clock, so you want to cap it quick. Very nice. Very well played, Froggy. Nice, okay. You can see your Widow. There she is. You can see your Widow is already started to grapple up because she's just used her sights. Whenever Widows want to use sights, they want to get in aggressive and try and get those picks with her sights. So you need to be starting to enable her rather than just being stood here on the cart with your Zarya. So as soon as you kind of like see her walk forward, I didn't actually see the grapple, I just saw her like walk forward. You need to be putting your blue beam onto her just so that you get that potential of the one shot. Like a lot easier. I'd push up Genji a little bit here. I'd push up Genji here because what happened is now that Sights is, obviously everyone knows that Sights is on. Like nobody's gonna peek this like main bit now to peek this Widow, okay? So your best bet is just to do a GA cancel and then just kind of like hang about here. Because Genji will just keep on like climbing up these walls, doing shurikens, doing his little like Genji things. And then if you do end up kind of either getting pressured by these guys or Sigma starts pressuring you and stuff, you can fly back to that payload, alright? But you will be so much more effective right now by playing with this Genji. Also, the reasoning is because Genji can get a really good blade off right now. Because Genji will essentially, like, try just, what's it called? Genji will, obviously build up his blade. And then if he gets this blade, then he could just go to town on these guys. Because these guys, if they drop out here, boom, their head's blown off by a Widow, okay? So I would literally just stay pushed up with him. And then just help him get his blade, because you're going to have to assist his blade as well. I do have a habit of boosting Widows in sides just to help them if someone peeks. I don't know why. The thing is, Froggy, when you get to this level, nobody's going to be peeking sights unless if they desperately have to because they get zoned by a certain person. If you are there to help the zone, like help zone those people out, then it's going to be so much more beneficial than you just playing with this Widow and not helping the person who's trying to zone them out, okay? So you want to be with this Genji, damage boost him and be with him. You could just play your cover around here, just do like a few like cancel GAs and just play kind of like around here. Just allow him to create that space and create that pressure, because then if it means that people start backing off either to here or they start backing off to here, then that Widow can just go pew pew, you know? But as we keep going, I love how you're using your cover though, which is really great. Nice obviously damage boost on that part. Obviously we can hear the nice obviously hearing. Nice GA away. Just make sure that we're still trying to help our Zarya out here. Is it I think, yeah, it is still a Zarya that's alive. Oh, Zarya's hiding. Okay. I didn't know whether the Zarya was going to start like walking out to you. Nice that we're waiting though. He gamed for you. I like how you waited though. You didn't force yourself to rotate quicker than what you needed to. Because obviously you're trying to wait for someone to come out of spawn. So really, really nice how you waited. Just unfortunately you can't really do anything about that. But as we keep going. So we got Blade. We need to help with this Blade because we don't have a nano or anything to help with it. I don't like this GA because you just GA'd out into the open where the Widow is like, what's it called? The Widow is. So just cancel your GA where the Widow is here. And just play here. Yeah, you need to be ready with this Genji now. So I would just be following this kind of like Genji about. Ready? Oh. What happened here? Let's see what happened here, Froggy. Oh, man, your mum called you? Okay. I was wondering like why we're still AFK, but even so, we don't need to be like there. So I would be with Genji here. I'm gonna play kind of like where I'd be. Okay, I'd play here. I would then do a GA cancel and play here because this is prime for your Genji to go in and what's it called? Go in and Blade. Like no mother. No, true to be fair. But yeah, if this was me, I would play here. Wait for the Genji to pop his Blade and then bam, you just go in and just damage boost it and go in with the Genji here. So you literally all you have to do is kind of like play around here. Oh, okay, they're getting pushed in a little bit more. You just back out here. And you can just play kind of like around there with your Genji for that team fight. As we keep going. Nice ping, obviously, you know, to let them know like where the thingy is. We don't need to rotate here. We've just done a rushed rotation while our Zarya is like really, what's it called? Really healthy. Like literally you just need to stay here with your Genji at this moment in time. Because right now we just made a really risky rotation in front of the soldier for no reason. Nice pings. Go and help your Genji with that. Nice. Good positioning here. Really nice. I don't know why your Moira's running after you though, because she doesn't need to. Res. Okay, let's quickly talk about this. Because I like what you did here. Okay? I like how you, what's it called? You obviously, you realize the soldier's main and you realize where the Reaper is. So you make the best out of a scenario by backing off to here. This is really, really nice. Nicely played by you. Now, what should have happened right now is you can basically either go in and engage with your soldier by J-swings like straight away, or you could play back. I like how you play back. Your Moira does not need to come to you, by the way, here. Like yes, you are weak, but is anyone going to be able to contest you reasonably well from where you are? No, because the Reaper obviously is a short range character. I've absolutely no clue why he's just up here trying to snipe you as a Reaper. But anyways, you're doing the right thing, obviously, like playing back, playing safe. Obviously can't do anything about the Moira. Heal Moira, right. You see how he just walks away up to here and then starts reloading, right? You res straight away here using your cover. Because if you res behind here, it takes him the amount of time that he's just took to go and to walk up these stairs. You can get your res off by the time he gets to here. Oh, but you're resing behind here. So it also provides that little bit of extra protection behind it. So I'd go for the res straight away here rather than waiting. We need to go and help Genji now though. We need to help Genji. We've just abandoned our Genji now with the Reaper though. Does he where he went? I'm gonna be for real. Wait, what do you mean you don't see who do you not see who went where, Froggy? And just for this, oh, you mean like the Reaper going up the stairs? I got you. Okay. Because I was wondering like why you were like just like spamming about with the you know, kind of thing. I was like, oh, but yeah, no, we should just kind of like play back behind the stairs, basically, play here. Sorry, play back behind the bin, res. And then we kind of abandon our Genji here, okay? You Jing into this is just going to put you so much at risk to this Reaper because we know our Moira's fallen. Sorry, not our Moira. Our Zarya's fallen because obviously Moira has been back here with all you guys. At this point, you now need to enable these guys basically. So then you can, what's it called? you can finish off this Reaper. Then once you guys have finished off this Reaper, you can go in and go and finish off this Sigma. Now, obviously, you're not going to get the res off because you've just rezzed. But at the moment, you very much just abandoned your DPS into an area where you don't know is safe, okay? I would have just backed up so the guys up onto high ground. You see how we still haven't killed Reaper? Like, Reaper's managed to get out because we've not been there to help provide that damage boost. We need to be there with them. I would just GA and stay up onto high ground here. Because right now, you don't need to be on the cart here. Like, everyone is fine on the cart. Right now, I know, yes, Ashe is your main damage boost target, but your Genji is pushed up at the moment. So all you need to do here is just sit on this high ground and play with your Genji. And just be, like, slowly looking around. Because, obviously, you can hear the lift. So, obviously, the lift's, like, your main thing. But also, obviously, if Reaper decides to TP onto you and stuff like that. So you can essentially just sit on here. Like, literally, just sit here. And just pocket your Genji right now, okay? Because yes, your Ashe is your main blue beam target, but right now, look at the sightline that she has compared to the sightline that your Genji has. Well, Genji will have, because obviously it's like playing around here, right? Genji has such a better sightline, and if you provide that damage boost, because obviously the Sigma isn't here, it also provides you, to be able to be ready to start that blade, basically, okay? Because you need to be with that Genji to help him with that blade. Nice cobbing, obviously, with your team to let them know that your fingers are ready, and obviously we valk afterwards, which is completely fine. Nice, obviously, knowing where the Reaper is. Nice helping with blade. Nice. My other thing is, I would maybe use a tiny bit more cover. Help you Genji here, by the way. We need to help Genji a little bit sooner here, but let's quickly rewind it because I want to kind of talk about this. So I like the res and I like the Valk. You see the Ashe going up? We need to apply the damage boost onto the Ashe a little bit sooner, just so she could challenge the Reaper a little bit sooner. I like how we then go follow up on the blade. My only thing is while you're using this blade, try to kind of hook these walls or even just play down here. The reasoning is because, obviously, Soldier's going to come up and use his visor, which is like what he's going to be doing right now, right? And whenever you hear a visor, you have to think, okay, where's he going to be visoring from? Is he going to be visoring from main, or is he going to be visoring from up here? He might also decide to flank it round, but to be honest, it would have taken him a long while to do that, and it happens like quite soon into the team fight. So he's either going to be down here, or he's going to be up here. So we want to try and use our cover a tiny bit more. I like how we tried to go for the Reaper, though. That's completely fine. And then at this point, we now need to basically just play with our Genji. Do a slight, like, slingshot forward and then just play here to allow your Genji to still play, like, forward and up rather than him, like, suddenly panicking a sec because we end up kind of, like, abandoning him. Nice Jay, though, to go and help him. Big over to our Ashe, by the way. Nice damage boost here. I like your position now as well, though. That was really, really great. Obviously, just remember that your Ashe is up on the high ground in case you need her, or in case you need like to help her or peel back to her. But very nice damage boost here, though. Very nice. That was a bit of a necessary GA. I would have just GA'd forward into the team, just so you can keep your beam on the Genji, so it can still like be as effective as it can. And then I'd still be going in aggressive with the Genji here. Nice. Very nice. I love how you're playing right now. This is what you should have been doing on second point. You know, as you came into second point and the Genji was making space, do this again. Because this is how you can get your value by playing with Genji. Okay? Right now, you see how much space and how much like stuff you're doing right now helping your Genji? Because you're not in comms with this Genji, by the way, be sure that you ping this res to let them know that you want to res. The reason is because, obviously, you have comms with these two. He is the only one that you do not have comms with, and right now you are leaving him in a room with the Reaper. So I think we need to come with our with our Genji, either by pinging the res or telling them like, hey, I want to go and res before you go back and go and res the Ashe, just to make sure that he doesn't die during the res, because we don't really want to be trying to trade people while we res. We want to try and up the numbers in res, okay? But nice. Nice. I like this damage boost on the Bob here. Be sure while we're doing this though to keep an eye on your Genji, because he does end up getting a little bit weak. I don't like that rotation though. You see how us making this weird rotation means that we're not ready to go and pocket this Genji? I would rather you played with Bob, but then you use Bob to kind of like J yourself up here. Absolutely fine if you stay with the bomb and like, you know, damage boost the Bob. But then it means that you're ready to follow him with this Genji. And then all you have to do is just, you know, J cancel, play around here. Oops, Genji's died. That is absolutely fine because all my team is main and I can go back, okay? We've lost out on a bit of damage boost potential here by just like making that weird rotation. So... So it's this part. GA using the Bob. Come up here. So I'd be here. I still want to be damage boosting the Bob. Oh, my Genji's going for Blade. I can GA cancel. Still kind of play around here with him. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, look, I'm here to kind of still help and assist with this Blade, okay? It still means that we're still pushed up and we're still with him, rather than us just being AFK on the court right now, okay? Because yes, you do have those assists in, but they're assists from the Bob rather than the Genji Blade. Like how you're playing back right now, though. Remember about your Ashe still as well, remember? Use that Blossom, nice. I will quickly rewind this. My damage boost was lower because than what I liked in this match. I think it's only around 2k, which sometimes happens. It depends completely like on the match and everything. Also, bearing in mind as well, you did play Mercy for an entire round as well. So, I like this, but I don't like how you positioned with this Valk. This is the reason why I'm sorry. Your Valk and also this position, right? You're right now stood at the like end of a Kitsune rush, so you essentially want to use this GA and play back here and just jiggle peek like this, because then it blocks the LOS of all these guys rather than just being stood at main. So GA over to here. So yeah, so you're playing where we are now. Blossom is coming out. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so we pop Val. We're actually going to get caught out with Dynamite. That is completely fine. That means as soon as you get caught by this Dynamite, you need cover. So you either play all the way back here, or the better cover would be to slingshot yourself all the way over to here, or all the way over to like back here. I think your best bet is probably to GA yourself all the way over to here, because obviously you know this high ground is safe now from everyone, because obviously the Reapers drop down to Blossom. So GA yourself back here. The reason why I'm saying this is because you go and contest cart. You do not need to contest cart here. If you were defending, yes, contest cart. But because you are attacking, there is absolutely no need for you to go and contest cart here, because are you going to be able to get any extra push on it? No. You are virtually doing nothing here apart from giving yourself like worse positioning. So back yourself off, play behind here, and damage boost your team here. You could just like put the blue beam onto all these guys and wipe this Mercy down, okay? So play back. Nice. Same thing again, we're jailing onto the cart where we don't need to. Just play our cover. Remember, Froggy, if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? We were completely fine behind that wagon and we just J forward for no reason. Just play back and play safe. Nice res though. So we end up getting grabbed. Because we res, which is completely fine. Love that prop bounce. Just same thing again, as we're kind of like clearing up those last staggers, don't be afraid to push that damage boost a tiny bit more. Same thing again, if we're safe, stay in that space. Lovely ping, by the way. Because see how we're still kind of, it's not... if we're safe, stay in that space. But yeah, can you see how like you're doing a lot of these unnecessary GAs out into like the open and stuff like that where we don't need to? Try if you can to just stay where you are, unless if you're being like hard pressured out. But I think a really strong round though, Froggy. I feel as though it's really, really great. But I want you to be a little bit more aggressive. There has been certain parts where we're being a little bit too passive and just kind of like getting ourselves lost, or like just playing on the payload and stuff like that. We need to be trying to kind of like push forward so we can go in and go and damage boost, what's it called? The Genji that's going to be going up aggressive and stuff like that, okay? But next round. Obviously with Ashe at the beginning, this is completely fine. Lovely healing here. Because you do kind of like have to be with your Ashe here. Same again with the unnecessary backwards GA. Just try to make that cancel GA rather than the backwards GA. Nice heals. Nice heals to Genji. That is completely fine back with Jake, so he has to get back to Ashe. You can res that. Very nice. Use pull, you go straight up to the Genji. Very, very nice. We could just stay up on the high ground here. Like, we start dropping for no reason here. You've cleared the pressure that was on this high ground, which was the soldier. And now, unless if this Ashe goes up onto this high ground here, you are completely safe where you are. So all you could do here is essentially just chill and just vibe up here, basically. You don't need to, like, rotate yourself down like you just did. Stay up on this high ground and keep this high ground, like, you know, your good positioning, basically. Lovely damage boost, though. Follow up with him. Very, very nice. Lovely damage boost as well. Get the block at the end, which is completely fine. Really well played that, I will say. Just obviously, if we are safe in that high ground and stuff, try not to move away from the high ground, okay? But it's nice. Obviously, we see Ashe is going to push up. I'd push up with Ashe here. Like, you have 2 on cart, so it's completely fine. Help your Genji out here, nice. Nice, I look for some better positioning now. Because can you see right now how we're still, like, starting this open bit? I would either just, like, walk back around and get into the room, or do the really, like, quick GA into this room. I feel as though a quick GA into this room would be so much more safer for you. So then you could just stick out in this room and help these guys in here. Because Azari would have to basically walk through her, like, the entire team just to get to you. Rather than her just walking forward right now to get to these guys. You could just literally sit back here and just play here. Okay? So keep going. Nice. I feel as though we're playing a bit too close to our team right now because, once again, we don't need to be on that cart. Allow everyone else to contest it and you can just play a little bit more back here. I'd pop Valk. Nice. But same thing with the Valk. Play the Valk in our cover. Play the Valk either here. Play the Valk in here again, basically. We essentially just, once again, don't want to be peeking this high ground because look who's on this high ground that can get to us. And also this Ashe, right? So you can essentially just play back here a little bit. Same thing, if we're safe, stay in that space. Do you see how much damage we chunked out there just because we made it a necessary GA? Like, literally, just play back, play safe. Nice heals here. Huge deflect from your Genji. Very nice res using the cart. It's just that one little GA that I did not like. We need to be looking to push up with our Genji now, though, because you can hear our Genji is still trying to fight people, and right now we're stood AFK on the cart. As soon as, like, you finish off with these guys on the cart, look for your next move, okay? Which I feel as though is actually something I feel as though you're struggling a little bit now with, Froggy, is because you're getting up to these high lobbies, a lot of people will be just being very proactive and just thinking about the next thing, right? So you now also need to be doing the same. As soon as you've wiped up this team, okay, who's left? The soldier. And you're already up here with the Genji with the blue beam to try and help clear off the soldier from the high ground as like a little stagger kill to allow you guys, you know, kind of like a 4v5 at the start of next fight, okay? So I want you to be a little bit more proactive with how we play, Froggy, and try to think to yourself, okay, what's the next thing that's going to come? And just make sure that you're prepared and you're ready for it, basically. Because right now, bless them, they're all fighting alone. And we're like doing nothing on the cart right now. Nice rotation up. Obviously, you know to play with our DPS. Very, very nice. Oh, you don't have res, which is annoying. I love how you ping though to see whether you can get it off like in time. Really, really smart playing. In case people don't know, with ping, obviously it pings whether to let your team know whether you have the res in time for the orb to die off, but also if you're not going to have it online, it's really good, obviously, nice thing to ping. Now, if you're a little bit uncertain on whether it's going to come off at the time of, you know, basically, if it's, like, towards where the soul's going to disappear, and you might or might not have your res, you don't know, because of, like, it's very close with the timings, you could ping the res like Froggy just did. Now, if it says no, then it means it'll come off just after the person's cooldown is finished. But obviously, if it's like, yeah, you can res, it means that it will come off probably just before the orb goes, which means you can go for this res if you needed to. But really nice ping here. Lovely, and I love how you played that. I love it. You see how proactive we were being right now, because we knew that the blade was going to be there and ready, so we were there to, like, obviously follow up with it as soon as we finished off that res. That's how I want you to be all the time, okay? Play on the high ground though. Nice peeling back for your Moira though. I do respect the peel back here. Very nice use of cover. You need to rotate though. I love instead of playing Ring Around Rosies. I feel as though we left it a little bit too late to, what's it called? To rotate the second time. Like, we need to be trying to rotate quicker than that because we know that she's still going to be coming after us. Go up with Zarya here. Like, right now, I'm sorry, but I can't see it right now. Let me quickly rewind it back because I do want to show you what I mean. Right, it's this bit. So, nice, obviously, damage boost on the dynamite. This is the point where you want to push forward with your Zarya, okay? Allow your Zarya to really pressure these guys with your damage boost. Because right now, your Ashe kind of like popping up and down like deep, deep, deep is going to do nothing compared to, well, I say it will do something, but it won't do as much as you coming round the side here and damage boosting your Zarya. If you could allow that pressure and just kind of like play jiggle peek around here, it will apply so much more pressure than your Ashe, because hopefully it means if your Zarya can even get a pick off, it then means that this is just a free push into this next part for you, alright? I feel like I'm more reactive to sounding game. I need to work on my reaction time still, which is, once again, is something that comes with time. Obviously, reaction time completely changes as well during the day. So, for example, if you're playing at like 3 AM and you've hardly had any sleep, then of course your reaction time is going to be so poor, right? But if obviously it's like, I don't know, say middle of the day and you had a nice, like, you know, well-rested sleep, then of course you could have a better reaction time and stuff. So, once again, it also depends on like the time of day that you play as well. But being proactive also helps with that reaction time issue. But being reactive to sound is really good, because that's one of my worst things, is being reactive to sound. Like, I'm more reactive with like seeing things or like knowing stuff in my head rather than like reacting to sounds, because my ears are just rubbish. But yeah. Anyways, so obviously this nice damage with your Zarya here. I like how you're not pushing up fully with the Genji here, because obviously this is fine for you to push up now though. Play with the Genji though, instead of the Bob. Okay, let's talk about this, because I like your decision making here, but I feel as though we've done a bit of it for the wrong reason, okay? So, this is completely fine. I like how you start pushing up with Zarya here, because obviously if you go in with your Genji and you die, that's going to be an absolute team wipe for your team and you're going to lose in it. So I like how you play back here, and I like how you play your life. Now, I love how you damage with Zarya here. This is also really, really great. However, I would have already started J'ing in as soon as possible to this Genji, so doing it a little bit quicker, and then allow the Genji to, you know, be more pressureful and, like, play around here, right? Because you going up to come play with this Bob is going to do nothing, because right now, like, they're all going to be backing off. Nobody's going to pick this Bob now. This Bob's, like, done its job. It's done its purpose. So you want to be pushing forward with this Genji, and all you have to do is just settle this Mega here. Allow the Genji to be, you know, aggressive. If Genji backs off or Genji dies, you can just once again GA back to your team. A decimal word to say Koala, because I was afraid to C9, which is fine because you know that she's on there. Like, that is Moira's job right now. Mercy's job is to go and enable people. Need to heal Genji. Mercy's job is to go and enable. And you have comms with your Moira, so you can trust that your Moira will stay car, okay? Right now, it is not your job to stay on the car. It's your job to push forward. Nice how you go and check up there. Really, really nice. And you go to check that it's safe, so obviously you can play up here. Really, really great. I don't like this, though. I don't know why we've dropped. Like, we don't need to once again. It's no, like nobody's going to be step on this court because Moira's still here and Zarya's still here. If we need to step off because Genji's back down, then we just drop down to here. But we can still stay up on this high ground, definitely. And just, you know, like, play around here just a little bit more. I don't like where we dropped to. I'd Valk. Valk before the res. I feel like just kind of losing this one, which is unfortunate because it's just got the, just a lot of damage. With this res though, I would have Valked before doing the res, just to allow, like, you know, because you can quickly put your beams onto people and then go for the res and stuff. But to be honest, I don't think that would have changed the outcome of that team fight, just purely how how well that team fight went for the other team, because obviously they just throw ults at you. So Froggy, really, really great. I feel like your positioning is really great. Obviously, we just need to amend those slight little bits where we're just doing random GAs that are getting us into that trouble. So just play back and play safe. And remember, if we're safe, stay in that space, okay? That's a tiny little thing. Reses have been good. I've enjoyed your reses. There's Valks have been really good as well, Froggy, which I don't know whether it's something that you struggled with before. I have a feeling that it was, but I cannot remember off the top of my head. But like, Valks are really, really great, okay? The main thing that we need to be working on now is actually kind of knowing when to push up. Because there's been a few times now where we should be kind of pushing up and paying, like, you know, being aggressive with a Genji and damage boosting the Genji. Rather than, like, just sitting back and doing nothing, okay? Yeah, of course, I'll DM you as well, Froggy, afterwards, don't worry. You'll just have to remind me. But it's obviously, so we have Genji's on main blue beam now, which is completely fine. Same thing again, I would be pushed up with our, like, whoever's, you know, doing damage at the start here. So could you see how the Zarya was, like, doing damage at the start, and then now your Mei's doing damage at the start? Try just to be up with them at the start, instead of just being back with your Genji. Nice res, I love how you ping it as well, really, really great. But however, as soon as we get out that res, we need to have a GA away from it, because obviously we know the Zarya is coming. So we need to, like, basically just GA ourselves back to be away. Really nice. Nice GA back. I don't like that backwards GA because we don't need it. That's once going to be a cancel GA. Nice here. I love how you're still looking up at your Genji as well. It's really, really great. We should have cancelled that GA a little bit sooner though, right? Because remember, whenever you see a DPS back or anyone back off, we know that they're being pressured by someone. So you G'ing yourself into that area is just going to make you vulnerable to these guys, right? We just want to cancel our GA when we get to about here to avoid us being, you know, like taking excessive damage from these guys on the just in case. I like how you didn't do a slingshot or anything though. You kind of like just, you know, played off. Can't do anything for your Mei there. Nice res though. Thing is though, it's the same thing again, like we need to be proactive and like knowing our next move after we do something, okay? Once we've done this res, we then need to just go straight in with the Genji and just like, what's it called? Cancel it and play you can play here. Like it's completely fine for you to play like about here-ish where your Zarya is right now because obviously it's out of beam range, but it also allows you to still be pushed up with this Genji. So you can still be going in with him. Nice. Love your rotation here. This is very nice positioning by you. This is the same thing with being, what's it called? Being proactive, being aggressive. As soon as you see that Genji dash up though, he's wanting to contest, so we need to be going up with him again, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it is hard playing with Genjis 100%. We don't need to back off there, by the way, more you can just self-heal. But it can be hard playing with Genjis, but the best way you can kind of tell when he's going to do something is to keep track of his dash cooldown. And when you know he's going to like want to dash, you just put the blue beam on him. And you don't even need to follow him sometimes. You could just put the beam onto him and just allow yourself to follow through with him with the dashes and stuff. Nice. Love this back off here because you're weak. I love how... That is rude. Now, I'm going to say this to you now, you wouldn't have survived this either way unless if you played extremely far back, which you're not going to do, okay? This is not your fault that you die here. Like, because, people might be like, oh, you should have backed off, right? Even if you back off here, this barrage is still going to drop down and just fire at you, okay? So, even if the only way you would have avoided this is by going all the way back here, which you would have done at the time because obviously you need the healing and you would have got that from your Zarya, okay? There is absolutely nothing you could do here, Froggy, and it's just unfortunate this forward decided to solo barrage you, okay? It was correct positioning, correct everything. She just came for you, and honestly, that is just nothing you can do there. That is not your fault or anything. That's just a very personal attack, I feel like. But we'll keep going. Oh, I nearly just kicked my Wii sensor bar on the floor. Give me a second, everyone. My whole setup's an absolute mess at the moment. But we just need to look, either for like people to go in a recontest, which I don't think we're gonna do. So we just need to play back. Just play our distance from Zarya, because do you see how we've ended up taking this? I was wondering whether you're gonna start playing your distance, and you just never did. Because I was thinking of it for the entire time. I was like, we need to start playing a distance, right? You can just play in this room here. Just so we're not as close as we are to that Zarya, okay? Nice heals onto Genji though. Nice. Just play up here. Like, if you end up dropping from this this nice little high ground for no reason, just honestly just stay up here. So your Zarya ends up rotating up, which is completely fine, because it feels like you're again just gonna do the same thing in a second. Harder with your Meg, she was extremely aggressive. Ooh, okay. Nice res. Okay. I like the res and I like how you did it, but I would have not done it personally. Let me rewind and let me explain. Because I feel as though it all kind of comes from this play here, okay? So, I feel as though at this point we lose sight of our Genji. And we end up kind of dropping once again for no reason. We can stay up on this high ground here and just pocket the Zarya like this, but we're also with the Genji on the just in case. Now, Genji's dashed up. We can still stay here. We can still play here. And then we can Valk and go and help with the Blade. I feel as though going aggressive with the Blade and using your Valk to play up here and pocket the Blade is 10 times more valuable than going to go and res the Mei here. The reason is because Mei has already used Blizzard. She used Blizzard when you all got barraged and everything. So she doesn't have an ultimate that's good. Because bear in mind, Blizzard is like an insane ultimate, you know, to like get the team off the cart and everything like that. But she doesn't have it. So I won't like go and res her. Also, like obviously your Genji is wanting to use Blade, which is a great space maker. But remember, he's doing this by himself. Like he doesn't have a nano to go with it. He doesn't have like anything to go with it. The only thing that you can like help to go with it is your damage boost. So I like the Valk, but I think we use it for the wrong reason. I would go in and help the Genji. If the Genji gets a few, then you can go and res Mei at like the last little second. But I think personally it would have been better to help this Genji than doing it. It's more of a priority thing, yeah. And I feel so that's kind of like the whole issue for the entire VOD actually, Froggy. I'm gonna be honest, because there's certain points where I feel as though you were prioritizing the wrong person, whether that be at the start of a team fight or just there's like certain little points where I feel as though you either get disorientated or you get a little bit lost, and then it's like you don't really know what you should be doing or anything like that. And it all kind of comes down to me, like, you know, being prioritization. Right now, your prioritization here is to be with this Genji and go in aggressive with him. Okay? So, Blade goes off. He ends up dying for it. Obviously, we realise he's died. We go into damage boost the rest of the team, which is completely fine. Look how you're using your cover here. Really, really nice. It's the same thing here as well. Like, Mei's going to be looking for an early pick-off. So we kind of like want to push up with her, but you can push up, obviously, in the room. And you do end up winning it, which is really, really great. So, Froggy, overall, okay, let's quickly touch on the Ana to begin with, okay? I would highly recommend looking at a Ana positioning guide, okay? Just to kind of look to see where the best places to position as Ana. Because I feel as though if you work on your Ana positioning, everything else will just fall into place really nicely, okay? So, that's the first thing. Obviously, that's your Ana, which I don't really tend to do Ana stuff, but, you know, I feel as though that will help you already, okay? With your Mercy, okay? Positioning is really, really great. You obviously know how to position Froggy. I like your GAs. Your movement is really nice as well. Obviously, we know how to use the movement. It's really, really great, okay? The only thing I don't like about your movement is you're still occasionally doing these random GAs when you don't need to. Remember, if you're safe, stay in that space, okay? So I really want you to think of that and actively know that in your head while you're playing, so you can still play that safety, okay? Reses were really great, apart from the last one. Reses were really, really great. Valks obviously were really, really great as well, obviously, apart from the last one, which we talked about. Your main thing is your prioritization, which obviously we talked about, and actually pushing up with whoever is being the one that's being aggressive, okay? Froggy, I know that you know who obviously your main blue beam target is, and you know who to stay with and who's going to have, you know, the best damage potential. But it's all well and good knowing that, but I feel as though you're struggling to apply it into the scenario, right? Where, yes, Ashe is the best to damage boost target than the Genji. But if the Genji has a better sight line or is in that kind of more damage boostable spot rather than the Ashe, then you need to be with the Genji. And that's something that I want you to work upon. I want you to really think who is going to get the most value with my damage boost at this very moment in time, rather than just a whole grand scheme of things. Because it's all good me going through like a big damage boost tier list and here's who you should damage boost at this point and stuff like that. But until you get into the scenario yourself and you kind of learn yourself who you should be, it's completely useless me kind of like telling that basically. Yeah, no, exactly, Froggy. So that's your main thing. I want you to just keep on reminding yourself who is the best damage boost target at this point in time. Yes, it's probably not going to be your main blue beam target for some of the time, but make sure that you're taking that advice on board. But that's going to be it, Froggy. Obviously, ask me if you have any more questions. Thank you so much to everyone, obviously on YouTube and on Twitch for watching this. You guys can get your own VOD reviews, leave for 5,000 channel points. I do them on Twitch on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!